Hi friends, welcome back for day 3. I hope you're feeling good, ready to go into our first full work week of the month. So we've gotten a few days to get this challenge routine going, and we're gonna keep going strong. And I did get my hair done today for the first time since I was pregnant with my son, who is now a full-on toddler. So I'm pretty excited about it. I'm gonna try to wear it down if I can, if I don't get too hot during these next few exercises. So let's get started. I also wanted to mention, I did not specifically show you yesterday during the side plank doing my other side. So hopefully you noticed the little note on screen to switch sides, but if you didn't, I'm gonna ask you to start today by doing planks on the other side than what you did yesterday, so that you are even. And once you do that, come back and we'll get started with knee hugs. All right, our first exercise of the day, knee hugs. These are gonna mainly target your abs, but also your hip flexors and your quads. And it's gonna trim and tone your waist, improve your posture, and prevent lower back pain and injury. So very important. It's gonna be a little challenging, so you're gonna have to adjust it to your level of ability and wherever you can keep your form strong and proper. So we're gonna keep our neutral spine. You're gonna get into a seated position. Like the name suggests, you hug your knees and then lift your feet off the ground. And really, you're really relying on your abs to keep you stable, because even this right here, requires some of that strength, and it's a little bit of a challenge. And then we're gonna open our arms and our legs and lean back, woo, and come back together. So you're exhaling every time you come back together and holding this for about 2 seconds. And I know you can see me shaking, but we're just gonna roll with it. So let's start with 8 of these. If you can do more, go for it. If you can't do as many, stop wherever you can, and if the full extension is too intense, you can do a smaller version. You don't have to lean as far back. You don't have to straighten your legs all the way. Make it work for you, as long as you're feeling it in your core, pulling that belly button back to your spine to keep it really engaged and keeping a neutral spine. So with all that said, let's get started. All right. Bring it up, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, and 8. All right, how'd that feel? Felt it here, but also in these hip flexors and right here in the quads, as you were keeping your legs nice and strong. All right, so as I'm explaining the next exercise, it'd be great for you to get into a stretching position. So let's just talk about that, and you can keep stretching while I'm blabbering about the next exercise. So for your stretch, get on your stomach, hands under your shoulders, and just push up gently. You don't have to overdo it, and actually you want to stay looking straight ahead, not up at the ceiling. But as you push to a comfortable place, you should feel a stretch here in your abs. So you can hold that for about 20 seconds at a time, and then come down and relax, and do that a few times. And let's talk about the next exercise. All right, exercise number 2. I hope you liked the planks yesterday, because we've got another version of a plank today. These are plank hip dips. So it's gonna start from the position of an elbow plank, and if that's where you're at, just stay there. Don't worry about that. But if you can, then we're going to dip our hips to the side, which will make sense in a second. So this will hit our abs and your obliques, which again is trimming your waist. So today's a big waist day. It's also going to improve the flexibility of your spine because of this rotation movement. And so that's going to improve your posture and your balance and stability. Okay, you are face down on your mat, ready to go into our plank. Elbows right under your shoulders, feet about hip width apart, and engaging your core, lift yourself up. And because we're on our elbows, it's probably gonna feel low, but you wanna make sure that's fine because you're keeping everything straight. You don't wanna start getting up like this. Keep it nice and low. And from here, if you're doing the hip dips, just dip it to the side and to the other side. And it's really easy for the butt to want to come up at this point. So keep it down and really engage that core. Relaxed head and neck. Let's do 4 more each side. Woo. Okay. All right, I had to take a second because those little dips made my foot start cramping. And if that happened to you, we're probably just not getting enough water. So let's up our water intake. But if you want to go ahead and stretch in between now and the next exercise, you can do the same stretch from before. You can also do a cat-cow. So get back on all fours, hands right under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and we're gonna go up like a cat, keeping your belly tucked in, and other way, extend. You should feel this in your abs right here, and hold it for a few seconds and switch. And keep going with these while I explain the next exercise. All right, I hope those cat-cow stretches are feeling good. Now let's talk about exercise number 3. These are back extensions. And this is a really nice counter to our knee hugs, because while our knee hugs were targeting our abs, the back extension is going to hit your lower and middle back, as well as some of your abs, but primarily in the back. Because remember, the core is not just your abs, it wraps around your back, it even goes down to your glutes, your hips, 29 muscles. So we're going to lay face down, and it's kind of gonna look like a reverse crunch. And be really aware to keep your neck and your head relaxed so that you're not straining it on the way up. But let's get in position and we'll talk about it. So from here, you're gonna have your arms behind your ears, basically your hands behind your ears as if you were doing a crunch up, but we are gonna crunch up backwards. Don't overextend, just keep it within a comfortable range of motion. Exhale as you're lifting up, and try to keep your movements nice and smooth and fluid as you're going. So let's do 8 of these and see how we're feeling. Ready, and 1, 2, 3. Keeping the abs and the back strong so that that's where you're targeting. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, how'd that feel? A little different, huh? All right, as you wrap up, feel free to do either of the other stretches again. You can also spread your legs out. Maybe we'll work on a flexibility challenge later this year. Bring your arms out and just rotate over to one side, keeping the chest nice and open so that you're not collapsing forward. But just a nice gentle stretch
You should feel it right here. Hold it for 15 to 30 seconds, and then we'll switch sides and you can repeat it a few times. And as with every day, feel free to do more sets of all of these exercises if you feel like that's where you're at. If this round was good for day 3 for you, keep it right here, and keep your motivation up and your muscles ready to do some more work tomorrow. And great job. I'm looking forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for day 4.